Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think seeing it obviously will certainly make it may sort of become more clear to you. Like, okay, am I doing it properly? Not am I doing more? Definitely the wider stance, because that's quite. And you'll find static changes are pretty much you do them because it's just like, okay, move your foot there, move your foot there, move your hand there. They're easy to make. Okay, as the club starts in motion, the changes get harder. We said to you lesson one, the takeaway being the first move of the golf swing, you can kind of change that pretty quickly, and as you have done. Your takeaway now is pretty good. You've made that change because the club is still just travelling back, pretty much under control to there, and you can do that. So your backswing wise now to me is okay. Just got to be careful we don't sort of swing too far, too deep in the backswing. The head's not turning with it. That there looks a very sort of unstable backswing. I'll say with this one here now, we're still moving the head a little bit. That to me will be fine. You look a bit more stable there. We do still go back a little bit further than we want. Okay. What feels against you 3/4 is there, okay? Exactly, and you don't really believe you're anywhere near to that, okay? Part of the reason, because your head's facing here, okay, if your head's pointing there, that doesn't feel that far around there. If your head was down there, it would then feel a long way around there. And because you're moving around, it's only a small swing to there, but if I was back here, oh, it's a long way back. So sometimes the perception of what you feel can be sort of related to where your head's pointing, where the other body parts have gone through. So by staying more on top of your sort of head and your chest facing that way, as we said, though, as you come into impact now, as you come back down, there's a definite scoop and flip. You can see this one. Your hands haven't even got anywhere past your left leg, and the angle we go through to about the next frame with the scoop there. Okay, there's a definite sort of curve there. What we're trying to do as you come into impact now, this one felt more left-sided. Okay, your hands now are kind of level with the club head, but at least through impact here now we're getting a little bit more extension. So there through impact, that is staying straighter, but it's a little bit underneath slightly from that back foot. So the sensation you want to try and get as you're coming into impact, like a finish line there from your left leg up through your left side, and you want the sort of feeling your hands are going to win that race in there. At the moment, that's kind of the impact position. Your hands need to be a little bit further this way for the club then to get to that position there. So it's more like a dry, and that's sort of the compression you see with the tour professionals, the good golfers striking down, hitting the ball, then the turf, okay, as the club comes through. Your club bottoming out a little bit early behind the golf ball. We then sort of try and play catch up. But again, it's split second. I mean, your hands are where they need to be at 2.5, and the club face is 2.2. So it's not as if it's miles out. It just needs a little bit more practice getting that sensation. A really good drill you can practice is put like a stick or an old club on the ground, or a towel even behind the goal. If you want a towel on, put a towel sort of there, okay, and just try and miss that towel. So what you'll have to do is sort of get that club travelling later into the ground. If the club bottoms out early and scoops, you hit that towel. So you can put your golf towel on the ground, then get that sort of sensation. Or an old club, if you want to hit something too hard, like a shaft or whatever, you could do that. It'll give you that sensation.
It's going to come down and then like this.
Exactly. So from there now, as you're moving this way, so at the point of contact, your hip will have cleared. The weight now will be over towards your left side. Okay. So you're in this position. Okay. Another good drill you can actually practice. I'll show you in a second in more detail. Called the impact drill, where you set up, you create impact, and then you throw the ball forward. Okay. So push the ball forward with the club face. If you're back here and flicking it, you won't go any distance at all. So you set up normally, you create impact, which is that sort of movement to your left side, hips clearing and the weight shifting, and then you try and almost drag the ball as far as you can. I'll say that in a second, okay? But that makes sense with the contact and the impact there, yeah?